travelled down to Melbourne with the intent of breaking their shocking record against the Storm, but it all came crashing down in the 21st minute.
Let's get it underway. Round 23, live here on Fox League. Hunt with the ball, out the back, Carrigan, then for Mam, intercept, Coates with the ball, got away from Mam, catch me if you can, Staggs can't, now Mariner gets a crack, so will Cobbo, this is simply amazing! Oh, Adam Reynolds in the meantime is limping off. What's going on here? Mam is also wounded for Brisbane. They're 6 and they're 7 in the one play.
Crazy, to be honest. I mean, I've never experienced that. Look, I just spoke to the three of them. Yeah, we'd have to go and get our scans and go through the process of the severity of them. But yeah, they're all 3 hamstrings, which is quite strange because the boys are pretty measured about what they do with the players throughout the week.
21 minutes gone, sensation here, and not of a good kind for Brisbane. Hit those bells, Munster out the Wishart, stumble away from Shibasaki. Wishart scores for the Storm. They attack, Babinet's a dummy. Sound the alarm. He plays the back down footy, right over the bat. Out the Coates, they may have stopped him or not. Munster, he'll kick looking for Coates. Here we go. Oh, too good. Save your Coates. It's double movement for mine, but is it mid-air tackle? It's a penalty try, and they will get the shot in front. It ends up a night of high drama and cost for Brisbane. Full time, Melbourne 22, Brisbane 2.
That was the turning point, thanks to Ashley and Martin Medical Hair Centres. 3 hamstring injuries. It was incredible scenes, almost at the same time. They continued to fight hard, the Broncos, and they didn't go down without a fight. But where do they sit with these injuries? Do we know how long these players will be out for, and what sort of impact do we think this is going to have on their season?
Well, we told Reynolds it's 3 to 4 weeks, Rudy.
Yep.
And we told Ezra and Selwyn Cobbo at 5 to 6 weeks. They're a little bit bigger grades than the hamstrings. So, mate, it leaves me in all sorts, doesn't it? Because...
yeah, I mean...
Well, they're gone for the top 4, aren't they?
Well, I would have thought so. I mean, I think this loss just about...
They don't have the hardest run. They've got the Dolphins, the Knights and the Cowboys in the next 3 games.
Yeah, but Penrith are going so good.
Yeah, that's the last one.
That's the issue for them, right? So, look, they've got depth to come in. Ben Hunt's obviously there. Billy Walters can play in the halves. They've got the depth to cover for them, but... You know, Reynolds and Mam, such good footballers. Whilst you might have a couple of blokes to fill in there, it hurts you in other areas. So,
well, it's a bit of a luxury. So if you have Ben Hunt coming back in, what is he, 300-game halfback? You think that he can fit in that slot? He's been there all year. Billy Walters can do a job.
He's been great.
In a number
Billy
6, yeah. So
the problem is, Gordy, Billy's been so good coming off the bench for them.
Yeah.
And you lose that punch off the bench, so they get Corey Pakes maybe.
Is it Kobe Black playing in the Queensland Cup? So they've got that young kid that played on and on. So they've got enough talent there, Brisbane, you would think, to get the job done over the next month.
Now, Buzz.
Yes.
The spew 3 hamstring injuries. You've mentioned.
Well, I've never seen that in a game.
I know you want to have your...
the one team. Oh, no, I don't particularly want to raise it, but you're asking me to. So you've put it on the run sheet. So I will...
Hang on.
No, you put it on the run sheet.
Just carry on. Don't dig a hole here.
What I said at the start of the year when I saw vomit buckets at training, I heard...
the vomit buckets are back.
No, and when I heard players were blowing up about how hard Madge was training them, I said there is always a danger that they will start the season like a rocket, but it's a 27-round Origin finals campaign. Now, hamstring injuries, if you talk to any physio, any doctor, come from fatigue and they come from training overload. So not necessarily fatigue in games, but...
But Madge addressed that. He didn't even get asked the question. He said that he managed their week.
Well, Madge said that they had a light week last week.
Yeah.
Madge and
Tomo. What I'm talking about is a load over a very long period of time.
This is
just unlucky,
this is just dumb.
So I'm wrong.
This is dumb luck. Seriously. This is...
What do you mean dumb luck?
Losing 2 blokes in one play like that. Well, it's just unfortunate. It's unlucky. I mean, Adam's 30, what's Adam, 34, 35? You know, I'm sure they're managing his workload all year. And he has been prone to the odd injury in recent years.
From experience too, hamstrings do go on you as you get older. As you get older.
Yeah, look, I think that's definitely...
Mate, he's... Mate, Braith did the City of the Circus.
I've done my hamstring at the moment. So.
Mate, he might have been running at Red Hill.
not Heartbreak Hill.
No, Madge has been around. Look, he's surrounded by cutting-edge sports science people, conditioners, trainers. If those blokes were overloaded, he would be getting that information. And I'm sure Madge would be responding to that. I mean,
Reedy.
as I said, that week last week,
I can't
Devil's
see
advocate,
the
short
right?
week. Yeah.
Why then, right? So I sat and watched the press conference. He brought up their load without even getting asked
because
the
he
question.
probably knew you blokes would bring it up on this show on Monday night.
I reckon he did.
I did.
He probably
General
knew Buzz would write about spew buckets and,
No.
Okay.
and army camps.
Look, I can live... The Reynolds...
Don't worry me.
Reynolds' body has been a question mark for a couple of years, hasn't it? And these soft tissue injuries that he suffers every now and then. So that is always a risk of happening. But with people like Cobbo and with people like Ezra Mam, I think it's really unusual that they went down. And I think the Broncos this week, rather than leaking to you that they've had light weeks,
You can tell the ones
I honestly
that
they answer my phone calls. I honestly think
they
should slag them off.
That they
I
should
wouldn't
be.
answer theirs either.
I think they should be looking into, and a deeper dive into why these are
Because
happening.
they've had 2 hamstring injuries.
No, three.
Three.
Aren't injuries up
carried
across the
injuries.
board though? Injuries are up across the board.
They're not
this
up.
year.
They're not up year on year.
There's
But
significant across a lot of clubs, though, Buzz.
injuries is a big story in rugby league, and the welfare of players in 27 rounds.
But
And
you
the
talk
fact
about
that
sports science, right? And you make some really good, valid points. How many hamstrings go? Like that? They were sort of like a thing of the past. Like hamstrings.
The game's
Like
so-
very rarely. Well, that's why they're in the game.
Don't you think it's a result, Gordy? The game's so fast. There's 6 agains. The game's so
Definitely a
fast.
result.
But,
all in players
what I'm
more.
saying is the other clubs don't have 3 hammies a game.
Souths have had so many injuries this year, it's not funny.
Yeah, but-
multiple calf problems. Latrell, Cody.
Yeah, a lot of those were training too.
Yeah, but that's
A lot of those were training. I'll tell you something interesting about the workload on NRL players, because I looked this up. An NRL player, average, will travel 7 to 8 kilometres a game. That's a lot of distance.
Yeah.
You know, in the NFL, it shows how tough rugby league is. The average NRL player will cover 1 to 1.5
NFL,
kilometres.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we talk about, mate, our athletes are just astronomically tough with the fatigue, with
With the
6
collision on the
again.
end of it.
Yeah.
And-
Getting up and down.
I'll give you a prime
And the
example.
quick play, the balls, it's all about the football and the time in play.
Buzz, Harry Grant missed a month with a hamstring problem earlier this year.
Yeah.
Are we saying that's overload or training in Melbourne?
Did you
reckon Melbourne
halfback
train
and winger
hard?
go down with him?
Do you reckon Melbourne train
Well, I
hard?
don't well, they train as hard as anyone.
Yeah, I
reckon.
know that.
But I reckon that's not because of overload.
That's the point.
So it's okay for them to train hard, but not Brisbane. Is
You
that
know
what
we're
we're
sitting
saying?
here talking about it because it's a genuine discussion. It's a genuine discussion, the way Madge trains that football side. It is.
I don't think he trains them any differently to Melbourne or anyone
All
else.
right, now, I know you mentioned it, a few of you guys mentioned before who could possibly come in. Have we got any solid information as to who will take the spots of Ezra Mam and...
Yeah, well, it looks like it'll be Billy Walters and Ben Hunt, Braith. So they're the logical guys. But, Gordy mentioned Kobe Black.
Yeah.
He's floating around, he was the
What about
Queensland
Anthony
under 19. Anthony Milford.
You know, Mike
special.
sent me a text.
Is he still playing?
He's playing for the Broncos feeder club, South. He's going all right. So if he was to come back, that's the 10 years on, their 2015 grand final scrum base.
story.
But I can't see Milford coming back. I think he's had his run the
All right, you said how long they were out. So realistically, they're hoping for Adam Reynolds to be back for first week of the finals?
Finals, yeah.
And then the other 2 hoping second week of the finals. Is that what the...
I think they
The
were
goal
talking
is?
around the grand final if they can get that far.
Okay, so it's
that's
actually
probably
grand
more
final.
like- Yeah.
So how does this impact them then? Like, we've kind of touched on it, but do we think that their season's done or...
Well, I mean, Braith, I don't think they're going to make the top 4, and I think it's impossible for anyone to win it from outside the top 4. So you'd have to say the season's probably done, yeah.
And they're paying the penalty for that mid-year slump, which, you know, we were talking harbour cruises, all that stuff. No, we were.
talking
We were.
Hold on.
Fort Denison.
So the
You're
overload.
like a rat with a gold tooth tonight.
So you've got to train it too hard and overloading, but you're also bagging it for harbour cruises.
Will you let me finish?
They had food on that boat too.
But
No, all I was saying is the last 2 weeks, you know, was when they had to start getting momentum, and they haven't been able to.
they, like I've been saying, they had to come through the origin period, and that's really tough. And history shows the Broncos going through, but they can't use injuries as an excuse because they didn't use them last year.
Yeah.
They had more last year than they had this year.
Yeah.
So, Reedy, if you're taking that, don't lose credibility, brother.